Hey, what's up, guys? This is Nick from PremBet. Today, I'm going to introduce our betting strategy that we specialize in. It's called Draw DNB, and you won't hear about this anywhere else because I came up with it. And every bet is going to be positive expected value. I'll explain the strategy, I'll show you our recent examples from today, and most importantly, I'll share how you can implement this strategy and have winning sharp bets. So, spoiler alert, we're going to be betting on draws, as the name suggests, and draw no bets. First and foremost, this strategy is about minimizing our downside and giving us a lot of upside potential. So, before I get into the details, I've spent years working with soccer data from across a dozen leagues in Europe, North America, South America, First Division, Second Division. We have data on about 30,000 games, player data, team data, betting odds data, recent form, season-long form. And with that, I've been able to build a prediction model, machine learning algorithm that will identify the matches in the current, match week that are best candidates to implement this strategy. Because you can have a good strategy, but if you don't have the data, it's not going to work. If you have all the data, but you don't have a strategy, that's also not going to work. And so, our predictions are a really important input to this system. And this isn't a, long shot, parlay, get rich quick kind of thing. This is a consistent, steady burn up. And I've looked at all of the betting markets in soccer over the years, from both teams to score, goal totals, exact score, and money line. And this is what I've found to be the most profitable, the most consistent, with the best results. And that's what PremBet is all about. We want to be the best and the premier soccer bettors in the world and share that with our members, our subscribers, and our followers. And so let me go through the steps and I'll show you some results and how you can do the same. So the first objective here is that we identify matches that have a high probability to end in a draw, higher than what the implied probabilities and the betting odds suggest. So most matches will have a payout of about 2 to 4x on betting for a draw, which is about a 20 to 25% probability on average, in any given league, that a game will end in a draw. So first step is we identify those matches and we'll place a bet on the draw. Now, where this system really comes into play is this second step. And this is where we put in place a bit of a hedge. And we bet on something called a draw no bet. And what a draw no bet is that when you bet on a team, if that team wins the match, you get a payout. If the match ends in a draw, it's a wash, it's a push. You just get your money back and you're even. And then if the other team wins, then of course you will lose. And so what we've come up with in this strategy that you'll learn more about, by signing up to our email list, following us on Instagram, subscribing to our website, is a payout matrix that looks something like this. And so what we're trying to do, where we have our edge, where we have our alpha, is when the draw hits. Because when the draw hits, we win our bet, which could be 2, 3, 4x on the draw. And then our draw no bet is a push, and so we have a big profit. In the other scenario where the favorite wins, we lose our draw bet, we win our draw no bet, and it ends up to be a push. And then in the last scenario, which is the lowest probability, the underdog wins, that's where we would realize a loss. But the idea is that we have that very small probability chance of happening. And so if I just flip over to social media today, Saturday, March 15th, we bet on 4 matches across Italy, Spain, and England. And so we went 2 wins, 0 losses, 2 pushes, which is like a 500% return. So you can see 10 hours ago, about 10 a.m., we bet Monza and Parma to draw at plus 220 and Everton and West Ham to draw at plus 210. Both of these bets came in. 1-1 for Monza and 1-1 for Everton. So we cashed out on our draw bets. And then there were 2 more bets that we had later on in the day. Villarreal versus Real Madrid, which ended 1-1. Sorry, it ended 2-1 Real Madrid. So this was a push. We got our money back. We didn't lose anything. We didn't win anything. It's a tie, basically, for us. And it was a close game. I mean, they only won by 1, and it could have easily ended in a draw. Same thing, Torino-Empoli. This was about plus 220 for a draw, but it ended as a Torino win, who was the favorite. And so, again, it was a push. We didn't lose any money, but it was 1-0, and it could just have easily ended as a draw had Empoli gotten on the score sheet. So it's close. So follow us on Instagram, check out our website, get on the email distribution list. We have an end of season sale going on for our subscriptions where we will send out all of our draw predictions every match week. Every day there's games in any of the major leagues, including MLS. We'll be running the model. We'll be looking at our predictions. And just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, when we crunched the data for the Premier League today, this Everton West Ham match, we saw a pretty high probability for a draw, the highest of the games. And so this is one of the matches that we like to put this strategy in place for, and we minimized the downside, maximized the upside, and it worked. And in fact, we had a great day today. So just flipping back to the sheet here, quick summary. This is what I would suggest. Subscribe to us, prembet.net. You're going to want a line shop. No matter what you're betting on, you always have to look for the best odds across sports books. Since we're actually placing 2 bets on one game, you even have somewhat of an arbitrage to begin with because we're getting the best odds on both. And so it's important long term to really maximize profits is that you get the best payouts. So you got a line shop. And then the third is that you employ the draw no bet strategy, which I'll teach you and you'll learn. But you have to understand, you can't just put this strategy in place on any given match because the underdog winning will kill you. And similarly, you can't just bet on a draw on any given match because the favorite winning will kill you. So you need to know what are the games that have the highest probability for the draw to come in because we skip a lot of games. We might only bet on up to maybe 10 games a week. And so it's not super high volume, but it's steady return. And some days I might recommend putting less of a hedge, more of a hedge, no hedge. Depends. But when you follow and subscribe, you'll get all the information. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. This is what I found to be the most profitable. I'm sharing it because I want to grow this community and I want people to win, and let's have a good time. Peace.